My name's Halen. I'm a developer at SMG Studio working on Risk Global Domination, and I'm here to give a rundown of our new Sandbox feature. So if you would prefer this in written form, I will say we've linked an article down below which goes a little bit more in depth. Otherwise, what is Sandbox? So it's basically a way to customize your risk maps. So you can do things like adding blizzards and portals in custom fixed locations. You can play around with bonuses like continent bonuses and territory card bonuses. You can play around with all of the game default settings. And then when you're ready, you can publish your map and share it with friends and the wider community. If you are the creative type who's into playing with level editors in games, or if you are a content creator who wants to spice up the risk formula for your streams, or if you're even a tournament host who wants to, create a fixed map with fixed locations for blizzards and portals without letting randomness muddy the results of your tournament, this is the feature for you. Let's dive right in. So, there is now a new Sandbox button on the home screen. I can access the map editor to make new Sandbox maps, or I can go to my library over here, which is currently empty, but we're going to change that. For now, let's just make a new map with the editor. I figure for our map, let's just do the one everyone knows and loves, which is good old classic Risk. Let's jump right in. Here we are in the Sandbox editor. I can use these tools on the left to add blizzards. I can add portals. You can see here I've cut the map in half, but you can use these portals to jump across between each side. I can, of course, undo and redo. I can set different continent bonuses. So let's make a high stakes game where all these continents give you high points. Maybe we really throw a bone to the Australian turtles over here. And maybe we make it so that you get nothing for capturing Europe. So there's no incentive to capture this. That'll really change the meta here. So once we've done all that, we can then also play with our different game settings. So it's already detected that we have blizzards and portals on the map, so it's locked them, but I can set Fog of War on or off. I can also set different settings for, turn timers, troop placements, etc., all the game setup settings. Those will be the defaults for whenever somebody plays this map. I've got all the different territory card settings, so different troop bonuses for them, different amounts of wild cards in the deck. So, lots of settings to play around with here. When you are ready, note that you can road test your map by previewing it, so it's effectively you playing against bots, trialing out your map. Note also in the top left here, we have this little info button if you need to get any more information. Otherwise, we can also save and quit. It's going to keep all of that progress, and it's popped a draft version of my map here. See, it's detected blizzards and portals are on there, and I can, when it was last edited, I can jump straight back in to continue editing it. And when I'm happy with what I've done here, I can publish it. Now, there is one last step before I go to publish, and that is whether or not I want to lock settings. So all those settings I set up on the side before, turn times and troop bonuses, etc., they can be changed by players who want to play on this map. They're just the default, unless I toggle this on. Then it will lock it in place. So it's no, this is the way this map is supposed to be played. I'm locking them in. So let's do that for this map, and then let's publish it. So we're back into my library here. We've got my published map here. Now, note that I can edit it by making a copy. But what that's going to do is it's going to make a perfect carbon copy and place it in my drafts. And if I republish this, it's going to be its own separate map. So what that effectively means is once you publish a map and you get the share code here, this map is fixed, it can't be changed. You can only ever publish different copies of it. I can share this map by clicking on the ID here or clicking share here. That's now going to be on my clipboard. And I can also add a friends map here. I can now add this map to my community saves. So my friends map is in here in my bookmarks maps. I can now create games using this. I can also duplicate it, add it to my drafts, and I can make changes to it and republish it if I would like to. That's Sandbox in a nutshell. You can customize some maps, you can share them with friends. It's a really cool feature. looking forward to seeing what creations you make with it. And otherwise, have a lovely day.